It looks like the second part of Caves and Cliffs is officially set to release in early December. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. We have one big thing to go over today, and that is the second part of the Caves and Cliffs update. Mojang has now officially been working on this update for a while, and as most people are probably aware, this is the biggest update that they have ever worked on. Mojang has never worked or made any improvements to Caves and Cliffs, so when they officially announced it, as you can imagine, there were quite a lot of excitement. However, as massive as this is for Mojang and Minecraft themselves, it also proved to be too big for them and they failed to meet any of the committed release dates. With this, they decided to ship the parts that was ready and push back the rest to a later stage. Now honestly, with the first part, we really did not get too many changes to the game, but the second part is where most of the improvements is supposed to come. Now as of right now, the 1.18 update is expected to release somewhere in December. Officially, news is that we will see the update on the 9th of December. It was expected that we would get all of the information at Minecraft Live that was held on the 16th of October, as most were under the impression that this would be their main event, as this is the biggest update for them yet, but instead they went in a slightly different direction. They announced that they were working on a brand new update called The Wild, and based on the information that they shared with us, this one seemed to be just as big. Now one thing that they did say during their announcement for The Wild was that certain things within Caves and Cliffs would be pushed back and released with their new update next year, like the Deep Dark Cave and also the Warden Mob. Now this does give us a bit of an indication that even after all this time and splitting everything in two, they are still not ready and quite far behind, which does make you wonder just how big the changes in part 2 really will be. Now we do know that they are working on brand new world generation and a lot of aspects of the game will be overhauled, but things might actually be a lot bigger than we think. New biomes, new mobs, new world generation does take a lot of time if you consider that they have to do it on two versions of the game, Java and Bedrock, and a multitude of devices across Nintendo, PC, Xbox and PlayStation. It is understandable why they want to take their time with this. We have seen in the past that they worked on brand new things and updates for the game only to release it in a broken state that result in the game crashing, so I am sure that they would try to avoid it this time around, although I do predict that with changes this big, we will probably have a few broken features on day one of the release. That is just the nature of how things go. We also saw the same problems during the first part of the release in June. Now obviously there were also a few things missing that people were hoping would be included, as a large part of this new update was a complete overhaul of certain things. I know for myself and many others it was expected to see ray tracing on consoles, but I think that book has closed, at least for now. Should there be any changes to this, it won't be from Mojang or Xbox. In fact, I have been looking at them for this announcement, but if memory serves me correct, on the PC it was Nvidia who announced ray tracing. Since consoles are powered by AMD, I think instead of looking at Mojang and Xbox events for this announcement, we should probably be keeping a closer eye on AMD and their events themselves. I think we are far more likely to see updates about ray tracing from them directly, although I have to admit, after a year of going over all of this, my hopes are no longer as high. I guess in conclusion, the point of this video is that we have not received an official release date for the second part of Caves and Cliffs yet, and now word is that we will be seeing everything on the 9th of December, so at least we do have that to look forward to. But on that note, this is where I'm going to end it, so thank you very much for watching.